Hi, everyone. This is Sadia coming to you from New York.
Hey, and I'm Keith. How to stay in style while in America.
In our last lesson, Lesson 9, you learned about shopping at a convenience store.
And we talked about counters, such as 1 bottle of water.
We also talked about the phrase, what is that?
And with that phrase, what is that? We talked about demonstrative pronouns.
Right, so this, that, these, and those.
In this lesson, you're going to learn how to check into a hotel and also how to make requests.
This conversation takes place at a hotel front desk.
And the conversation is between the main character, Zoe, and the front desk worker at a hotel. All right, well, let's listen in to the conversation.
Welcome to the L Hotel.
Hello, I have a reservation.
Your name, please?
Zoe Viljoen.
Spell it, please.
Viljoen.
Ah, yes. Mr. Viljoen. You're in room number 515. Here's the key.
Is there internet in the room?
Yes, there's complimentary wireless internet.
And are there toiletries?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Oh, and a wake-up call, please.
Of course. What time?
7 a.m., please. What time is breakfast?
From 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. on the first floor in the dining room.
One more time, slowly.
Welcome to the L Hotel.
Hello, I have a reservation.
Your name, please.
Zoe Viljoen.
Spell it, please.
Viljoen.
Ah, yes. Mr. Viljoen. You are in room number 515. Here's the key.
Is there internet in the room?
Yes, there's complimentary wireless internet.
And are there toiletries?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Oh, and a wake-up call, please.
Of course. What time?
7 a.m., please. What time is breakfast?
From 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. on the first floor in the dining room.
Zoe has finally arrived in New York, and after a pit stop or a quick stop at a nearby convenience store, he finally gets to the hotel he'll be staying at. It seems like a pretty nice place. The front desk worker is quite serious and answers all of Zoe's questions quickly, but very professionally and very politely. So, of course, New York has kind of every sort of hotel you can imagine, right?
So you can pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars, or maybe even thousands and thousands of dollars for a really, really stylish, really cool hotel room that's located right in the middle of Manhattan, where no detail is left unattended and everything you want, they'll give it to you and they'll smile and, be on their knees, anything you want.
Exactly. Very nice. Or the conjunction or you can pay under $50 for a bed in a hostel room that you share with other young travelers who don't have a lot of money to spend. There seems to be something for everyone, I think. I'm actually a really huge fan of hotels. I love hotels.
Well, it's probably because of the service, right? Are you going to like the hundreds and hundreds of dollars hotels?
Maybe hundreds, but not hundreds and hundreds.
Just one 100.
That's because I have a very kind boyfriend.
Okay.
But it's not really the service I like. I'm a little neurotic.
What's that mean?
It
Neurotic.
means kind of very, a little too focused on small things, most of which don't matter in my case. So I like hotels because, the bed I think is my favorite part because it's all freshly made. The sheets are ironed sometimes, and it's just perfection.
Usually in your home, are you concerned with that detail? Are you always thinking about my bed? It has to be perfect.
That's the funny thing. Not really. I'm always on one side of an extreme. So either the bed is totally disheveled and looks crazy, like a mad person sleeps there, or, it's nice and
Super, super clean.
yeah, one or the other, never in between.
But hotels, you're always going to get the nice one, unless you go to the really cheap place.
I have to, even the cheap places though, I feel like they kind of pay attention to the bed.
Probably better than me. Okay, well, let's take a look at the vocabulary for this lesson.
Reservation.
Reservation.
An arrangement to have something like a hotel room held for your use.
Reservation.
Reservation.
Spell.
Spell.
To name the letters on a word in order.
Spell.
Spell.
Room.
Room.
A sectioned off part of the inside of a building.
Room.
Room.
Key.
Key.
Tool used to open a lock, usually on a door.
Key.
Key.
Internet.
Internet.
An electronic communication network.
Internet.
Internet.
In.
In.
Shows inclusion, location, or position.
In.
In.
LAN cable.
LAN cable.
Local area network cord used to connect to other computers or the internet.
LAN cable.
LAN cable.
Towel.
Towel.
A cloth used for wiping or drying.
Towel.
Towel.
Wake-up call.
Wake-up call.
A telephone call intended to wake a sleeper, common at hotels.
Wake-up call.
Wake-up call.
AM.
AM.
Ante-meridian or before noon. Morning time.
AM.
AM.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
The first meal of the day, the morning meal.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Okay, well, let's have a closer look at the usage for some of the words and phrases from this lesson.
The first phrase we'll look at is I have.
The verb to have indicates possession.
Zoe has a reservation. He says, I have a reservation, which means what?
It means he made arrangements to stay at the hotel in advance. So he called before and he said, can I have a room? Use have when you want to show that you possess or own something. For example, I have 3 brothers.
I have many friends, or I have no time. So have shows possession.
Or if you don't have something.
I don't have many friends, or I don't have time.
Our next phrase is, your name, please. After Zoe tells the front desk worker or receptionist that he has a reservation, the worker says, name, please.
That's short for tell me your name, please. If you recall, this sentence, name, please, uses an implied verb. The verb tell isn't stated, but suggested.
What's next?
Next is spell it, please.
After Zoe gives his name, the front desk worker says, spell it, please. This is short for spell your name, please.
The worker probably has to enter Zoe's name into the hotel computer, and she wants to make sure she's spelling it correctly, So the reservation is fast and it's efficient. So she says,
Spell it, please. The next phrase is in the room.
Zoe asks if there's internet in the room.
And what that means is he wants to know if he can connect to the internet within the walls of the room he has been assigned, or he wants to make sure that he doesn't have to leave his room to get on the internet.
So he asks, is there internet in the room? The next phrase is 7 a.m., please. Zoe would like his wake-up call at 7 in the morning, so he uses the shortened phrase 7 a.m., please. So this is another business transaction or communication that is expected to go smoothly and to go quickly. So just as in the other dialogues, there are a lot of short phrases in this conversation.
Just like the customs official. And there's no time for politeness or nice conversation.
No time at all, so they have to go fast. Everything is shortened. The next phrase is, of course.
This is a useful phrase that means naturally or without question.
Exactly. So when Zoe requests a wake-up call, the front desk worker says, of course.
And the worker is used to filling requests for wake-up calls, and Zoe will receive his wake-up call without question.
Right. There is no doubt that he will receive a wake-up call. Of course. The last phrase we'll look at is, what time is breakfast?
Zoe asks when breakfast will be served by saying, what time is breakfast? This phrase is easily adaptable. You can change this phrase around for other situations.
You're right, it is pretty useful. To use this phrase, simply say, what time is, and the event. So I could say, what time is dinner?
Or what time is the party?
The focus points of this lesson are simple interrogative sentences using is or are there.
And more prepositions.
But first, let's look at simple interrogative sentences using is there and are there.
Okay?
As Zoe is confirming, making sure that he has a reservation, as he's doing that with the front desk worker, he wants to know if he can get onto the internet from his room. He makes an interrogative sentence and says, is there internet in the room?
Zoe also asks if there are toiletries, and toiletries means toothpaste, soap, shampoo, things you use in the bathroom, by asking, are there toiletries?
So interrogative sentences are questions.
That's right. And as you can see, is there? That's used for singular nouns. That means one noun. And are there? That's for plural nouns. Some examples would be, is there a show tonight? Or even, is there anything I can do?
Right, or is there something wrong? Is there another chair? And don't forget, are there is for plural nouns. So, are there any tables left? Or are there more people coming?
Are there good restaurants in that neighborhood? Are there many more Gengo English lessons? Let's move on. What's next?
Next is prepositions again.
Well, we've talked about prepositions before in older lessons, but you can never review them too much.
If you remember, prepositions are words that link nouns, pronouns, and phrases to other words in a sentence.
In this dialogue, there's welcome to the L Hotel.
Welcome to the L Hotel. It links welcome with the L Hotel. And the sentence we just covered, is there internet in the room?
Is there internet in the room? And also there's from 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m.
6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. So prepositions there everywhere. And remember that prepositions link nouns, pronouns, and phrases to other words in a sentence.
And some examples are in, on, at, to, from, and also with.
And how about against, on, under, throughout? The boy pressed his face against the glass of the candy store window. Or the files are on my desk.
The dog is sleeping under the bed.
Don't talk during class.
Review past lessons to brush up on the prepositions.
Of course, and we'll be revisiting them again.
Yeah, well, they're very important.
Yes, they are.
Okay, well, thanks for listening. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the L Hotel.
Hello. I have a reservation.
Your name, please?
Zoe Viljoen.
Spell it, please.
Viljoen.
Ah, yes. Mr. Viljoen. You're in room number 515. Here's the key.
Is there internet in the room?
Yes, there's complimentary wireless internet.
And are there toiletries?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Oh, and a wake-up call, please.
Of course. What time?
7 a.m., please. What time is breakfast?
From 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. on the first floor in the dining room.